since the start of the year, there's been quite a bit of WWE news, the Hall of Fame, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, the WWE Network. So there's been quite a considerable bit of quite some surprising but yet exciting news. I have to start off, of course, with the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, it was reported yesterday by websites such as TMZ, even WWE.com, that the Macho Man Randy Savage was expected to be announced as the very first inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2015. Just last night, on Monday Night Raw, the announcement was made official. The Macho Man is indeed going to be inducted. Now at this stage I will say there's a great short interview. The video will last about 6 minutes 22 seconds. Search for onewrestling.com or search One Wrestling, that's the number one wrestling.com on YouTube, and you'll find an interview with Randy's brother Lanny Poffo, that's Poffo, with the gentleman that, in my opinion, is the wrestling's number one journalist, Mr. Bill Apter. Very famous, of course, for his various runs in different professional wrestling magazines, and now runs onewrestling.com. Very reliable source. If you hear something from One Wrestling and from Mr. Bill Apter, you know it's genuine. Here's a great interview, and in fact, there in that short interview, Lanny reveals the reason why he decided to allow Randy, his brother, to be inducted. Basically, Lanny says that he was playing basketball, realizing that he is now the oldest member of his family, not through, of course, by choice, and that it's really punishing the fans not to have Randy allow to be inducted. So this year we are going to see the Macho Man Randy Savage be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, also revealed was who is going to induct him, and it is going to be his longtime rival, friend, tag team partner in the Mega Powers, the immortal, the real American Hulk Hogan. Now, obviously, I believe that Lanny Poffo will be receiving the award, making the speech, sadly, instead of the Macho Man. Obviously, in any other position, the Macho Man Randy Savage would be the headliner, would be absolute, you get the headliner, the main event, the last one to be inducted. Sadly, of course, as we know, the Macho Man passed away on May the 20th, 2011, so very sadly he will not be there for there to receive the award, which is such a shame. It really is, and it's such a pity because, as we know, Randy was really making those early tentative steps to build relationships with Hulk Hogan and the WWE when he passed away. So that's great, and it brings to mind who else could be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Normally on these Hall of Fame classes, there's normally a link between them. Whether they've been stars at the same time, or one or the headliner has perhaps had a great feud with other inductees. Who could we see inducted with him? Miss Elizabeth? I don't know who really, if anybody, owns the rights to say yes or no to that. Perhaps even, hopefully, Diamond Dallas Page. We saw him induct both Jake Roberts and Scott Hall last year. Well, he really inducted both of them. He may not have been on screen. It was Kevin Nash that really inducted Scott Hall last year, but he was definitely the driving force behind it. Of course, we all know that. I'd love to see Diamond Dallas Page inducted. Who else could we see? Hopefully over the next couple of weeks we'll find out the entire class of 2015. Now, other WWE news. Of course, we are we are leading up to the Royal Rumble, but next week on Monday Night Raw there will be a special Raw reunion. I think they're kind of going for an old school Raw vibe without going old school. Next week confirmed to appear on Monday Night Raw is the previously mentioned Hulk Hogan, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair and Scott Hall. Now we all know that Kevin Nash was originally scheduled to appear, but after the incident with his son, his WWE Legends contract was suspended. Obviously it will be resumed once everything has been sorted out with that. And I get the feeling from what Michael Cole said on Raw last night, there may be a few other old school type WWE legends or personalities appearing. And actually that's another thing as well. I would also actually like to see the Native American warrior Tatanka be possibly inducted this year. I think he was kind of around the same time as the Macho Man Randy Savage in the early 90s. I think he's a great worker. I think he deserves it as well. There's so many names that can still be inducted. So that's Raw Reunion on Monday Night Raw next week. As I said, look out for any more legends or Hall of Famers to also be involved. That's what Michael Cole hinted at last night when they were talking about it. And talking about next week, next Monday. Now, no time has been confirmed for this yet. I have seen several people obviously talk about it on Facebook. Many different times have been claimed for this, but the WWE Network will hit the UK and Ireland on the 19th of January, hopefully. Hopefully we will not get it delayed at the very last minute like we did on November 3rd, I think it was. You know, I'm really looking forward to seeing the WWE Network here in the UK. Now, Sky and WWE have confirmed that programs such as NXT, Superstars, and This Week in WWE will all be exclusively available only on the WWE Network in the UK from January the 19th. So NXT is no longer available on Sky Sports, which is a shame because we miss out. Well, we kind of miss out just now on a few weeks of NXT and some good matches apparently. Although I'm sure you could probably find it online somewhere. Superstars and This Week in WWE, they are all moving, if you're in the UK, to the WWE Network exclusively. Now, as I said, it launches next week, priced at £9.99. I know some people sub the unblocked US things, and so like they could access the WWE Network already, and many have had it since day one. I know that they're certainly in the United States. They're looking. I know Netflix has said they've decided not to go after it, but I know that the American government, if you listen to the JBL and Cole report, they've mentioned it as well. The US government is seriously considering going after different websites that allow people from various other countries to access US online services such as Netflix, such as WWE Network. Use these router to reroute your IP address so it doesn't say that whatever the technology is. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not a computer expert, but to allow you to view the US services outside of the US. I know there are certainly potential moves coming up later this year to block those websites. So we'll wait and see on that. I don't use any of them myself because I do not wish to pay the extra amount of money. I know it's still, you convert it to dollars, I think it's still a little bit cheaper than getting a WWE Network subscription here in the UK, but I'd prefer it to do it properly and not have the risk of being cut off. And to be honest, again, I've said it before, I'm not entirely sure about the legalities of that kind of stuff. Now, also in changes, hopefully, like I said, hopefully we'll get the WWE Network next week. I'll also keep people updated on that. As I said, no time has been published, but if it is announced, I'll let people know. And once, a couple of days after it is launched in the UK, fingers crossed, touch wood, banging my desk there, I will actually go on and see what I think of the W Network, give it a bit of a review of the content, the usability, the reliability of the network, and see what it is actually like, see what exactly the UK and Ireland fans have been waiting for. Now, also changes going on in the WWE broadcast teams. Again, a lot of these things are being very much publicised, but as part of WWE SmackDown's move to Thursday night beginning this week, it will be Michael Cole, Booker T and John Bradshaw Layfield handling the play and colour commentary on Raw, and it will be Michael Cole, Jerry the King Lawler, and Byron Saxton who will be the hosts for SmackDown. They've said the broadcast team for the WWE pay-per-views will continue to be Michael Cole, Jerry the King Lawler, and John Bradshaw Layfield. Now, obviously, Jerry Lawler has been hospitalised recently with diverticulitis. The same, I think it's pronounced that, but it's the same intestinal ailment that Brock Lesnar had. Hopefully not as serious. Good luck, good wishes to Jerry Lawler and get better. Obviously, WWE are looking to shake things up, and hopefully this easier schedule for Jerry Lawler will help with his recovery. And hopefully it'll help his health. To be honest, I have thought for a long time that they really did need to make a change in their commentary team. We saw TNA do it with last week's really new Impact Wrestling episode with Josh Matthews and Taz. I think, to be honest, WWE needs the same as well. Needs a little bit of a change up, so we'll see how that goes over the next couple of weeks. And of course, we're coming up to the Royal Rumble now, including in the WWE Network subscription for the UK is the also the pay-per-views. According to WWE, some video released by Vince McMahon, we will also be able to see the live broadcasts of the WWE pay-per-views. Now, the Royal Rumble is the next pay-per-view, which of course puts us right on the road to WrestleMania. And so far for the Royal Rumble, announced is Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Rusev, Bray Wyatt, Bad News Barrett, and Dean Ambrose, who announced his participation in the Rumble match just last night on Monday Night Raw, in a little bit of a weird segment last night on Raw. If you've not seen it, with Dean Ambrose and a psychiatrist. Obviously, I think the psychiatrist is a wrestler. I don't know the name of it because he was quite built. He was very big looking for a psychiatrist. So I think he's obviously perhaps a local wrestler or a developmental wrestler that WWE has. I don't know, but certainly the looks of him, he's I think he's definitely a wrestler. You get to tell when they put wrestlers in, those kind of positions, that there's the size of them and the build of them, that they're obviously at least some kind of athlete. So that's the WWE news so far. I think next week, obviously, we'll find out if the WWE Network launches in the UK. I'm really hoping it does. Looking forward to going through it. I have heard that we won't be able to do a second screen kind of thing, because somebody did ask on Facebook ages ago, so a week or so ago, that apparently you can only watch on one screen. So if you're signed in, say on your desktop, somebody else can't watch with the same login on, say, a television in another room or in the same room. So I'll have to check on that. But to be honest, I'm just looking forward to checking out the WWE Network, seeing what it's like, seeing what the video on demand video library is like. Again, I will, a few days after, hopefully after it launches, probably even Wednesday or Thursday next week, probably Thursday or so next week, I will come on and I will review it, see what I think of the network, see what all the fuss is about, see whether it is right, whether we were right to be excited about the network being launched, see whether it was worth the wait, to be honest, see exactly what the experience of the WWE Network is actually like. And also, very, very quickly before I go, because I'm going to try and keep this the most 15 minutes, Scottish Wrestling Entertainment, the local wrestling promotion here in Dundee, a very snowy Dundee at the moment, have seemingly signed a star to appear at one of their shows this year, possibly Hell for Lycra 12, their big show of the year on August 29th, taking place in the 2,000-seater Caird Hall. I guess around about 2,000, depends on the setup that they're going to have, but around about 2,000 seats I think will be available for this event. They have hinted or said on their Facebook that they will be that they have a star signed. When the announcement will be, I don't know, but of course I will keep people up to date on any latest news and information.